So I've been on the internet a very long time, and throughout my travels, I've seen many different things, but there's only three truths that continue to exist. That is death, taxes, and Twitter freaks projecting about anime girls. Today, we're going to see an example of the latter there, where people are coping, seething, and projecting over this character right here. This is Annie, in case you're not familiar. It's the new AI waifu companion. It's an AI chatbot that was created for Grok on Twitter, and users can interact with this and make arts and videos and all sorts of stuff based on this character. And right from the jump, people were going crazy over this character, which now has an official account that I guess they're prepping to do a lot with. There's been some previews of new designs and stuff like that we'll get into in just a second. But right from the jump, people were attacking this design and Elon Musk for introducing it. One of the groups, in fact, was Collective Shout and their allies, who were making many tweets targeting Elon Musk and this new feature, calling it something that's normalizing and utilizing almost childlike, pornified female anime character designs. And they say that this promotes people towards abusing women and exploiting women, like an insane reach. And not only are they trying to say it's childlike and all this stuff, this character identifies as 22, which also it is a busty character. If you're looking at a busty, adult-aged, fictional character and you're immediately thinking about real-life children, as always, that is the biggest projection ever. That is a red flag for the people making these outrageous claims. Now, when it comes to Elon Musk, there's plenty of things you can criticize about the dude, or, you don't have to like him or anything. But I think in this case, what he's facing because of this is ridiculous. He's getting not just called like a weirdo or like a weeaboo or anything like that. It goes way beyond that. He's being accused of crimes because of this Annie AI bot. He's being accused of harming real children and women because of this new feature on his app. Like, it goes way beyond just saying like, oh, you're some like degenerate weeaboo. No, they're accusing him of crimes over this. People are very outraged on a viral level. And anyone who's like, where did this come from? Elon Musk is, like obsessed with these anime girls and stuff. Dude, you haven't been paying attention to the Twitter lore. Back when likes were public, he had stuff like this flying around. We talked about this in many videos. He liked this lewd art of Rebecca from Cyberpunk. He also liked this image right before likes went away, by the way. They were no longer public much longer after this one made the rounds. But it says, if you look like this, DM me ASAP with pictures of Misa Amane from Death Note, which was clearly the biggest inspiration for the design of Annie in the first place. But he's been promoting this feature over the past couple of days, including this one saying Annie is looking good. And then he showed off some of the new companion outfits for Annie. And there would be one in particular, some examples down here, but there was one in particular that made Twitter very, very, very upset. And it was this one right here, with her in a swimsuit. Now, Twitter being the reasonable people that they are, they saw a busty anime girl in a swimsuit, and you know what they did? They started self-reporting and projecting. As pointed out here by Chibi Reviews, here's some examples. Someone saying, you're on the Epstein list, bro. Because infamously, Jeffrey Epstein was known for liking anime girls. That's why he was convicted and faced all those disgusting charges. It was because he liked anime girls. Right, Twitter? No, wrong. These people conflating the two are disgusting. Here's another one saying, as a father of two girls, this is not nice. This sexualized anime looks very, very young. I don't like this one bit. It's wrong. I say this honestly, as a big fan of yours. Yeah, dude, if you really thought this was what you're implying it is, I don't think you'd still be able to be a fan of someone. It's all projection, but as you can see, the link is broken because Elon got literally bullied into deleting that previous post with a swimsuit, but that didn't stop the people on Twitter from attacking this person with a totally normal post saying this. Annie looks exactly like the women who cosplay / roleplay for men who like underage girls. No correlation. It's always pigtails and some onesie type of bodysuit. Okay, so we have the hairstyle of consent and also the outfit of consent. Wow, a double whammy. And then they continue. The autistic ones particularly love anime adult content. That seems offensive. That seems like a really weird claim to make in your virtue signaling about fictional content. And then they say this, we are about to be in so much more trouble with Grok. Imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, the normal people saying some of the most unhinged stuff ever and seeing children everywhere, including in busty anime girls. Here's another totally normal response. This person says, Elon Musk is a predator. Why does this AI stuff look and sound like a child? I'd like to clarify from videos I've seen of it. Hold on, bro. If you think he is distributing illegal content, you just admitted to watching yourself. You're just as guilty as him. Congratulations. You played yourself. What a moron. It's like the people who will look at anime art and they're like, this is literal illegal content, and then they post it themselves uncensored. It's like, are you stupid? What is wrong with you? The lights are on, but nobody's home. These people have zero self-awareness. They would incriminate themselves, just try to get a dunk on Twitter over fictional content by their own standards, by the way. This totally normal person says, breaking Annie. The new hentai bot created by Elon Musk has become the most sexually abused female in the world. She's not real. Have you considered she's not real? I think it's a bit demeaning to compare abuse of women around the world to a AI chatbot. I'm just saying, man. This one's crazy. You called it Annie. We called it coded grooming. Big eyes, moans, childlike dress up, dependency loops, programmed consents. This is the pedo pipeline. These are sentient human beings who can vote the same as you and I. Projecting to levels we've never seen before. The big eyes of consents. Apparently, children look like, let's see. Apparently they look like this. This person sees this and thinks of children, and they're the normal one, right? Anyways, here's another interaction. This person with 1,600 likes saying, if no one else is going to say it, I will. Annie looks prepubescent. Reopen the insane asylums. I mean, what else is there to say? And you see it continue. They can't even make up their minds. The Tesla community is becoming less of a safe space for women. This childlike anime adult stuff is the last thing we need, while showing pictures of busty anime characters. And then this person is trying to determine the age of this character. Despite there being a listed age, this person wants to determine it for themselves, which is kind of odd because I guess you get to determine how old someone is. Doesn't that sound a bit weird? You're saying based on their looks, this is how I feel how old they should be? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if you want to extrapolate that logic into other spaces like real life. That might get you in some trouble. But anyways, yeah, more seething over Annie. Nothing new here. And that's really all I got.